Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got some new news regarding Palantir's brand new platform with Trafigura. Now, about 4 months ago, they launched a partnership with Trafigura to basically monitor greenhouse gas emissions across different supply chains. Obviously, if you can reduce the amount of greenhouse gas emissions within supply chains, you can make them more efficient, make them more effective, and ultimately help companies reach their climate goals, because a lot of waste that happens ends up happening in the raw materials during the supply chain process. So creating a data-driven approach to actually reduce that and stop that was a pretty cool idea 4 months ago, but we didn't really hear that much about it. I think this was like May and June when this happened, and now it's getting close to November 2022. Well, the official partnership was just launched, or the official platform for the partnership was just launched. Here, Palantir tweeted, CEO Alex Karp and Trafigura CEO Jeremy Ware at the start of LME Week launched Agora, a big data platform that allows organizations to gain visibility into emissions across their supply chain. So let's take a look at what this really is. It's about a minute explaining what the partnership is, and then we'll talk more about it.
At Trafigura, our customers rely on us every day to distill complex supply chains into simple, transparent solutions. Traditionally, this has focused on physical risks, such as delivery, timing, and specification. However, as the world prepares for net zero, our customers are increasingly asking for our help in managing environmental and regulatory risks, namely as it relates to understanding of carbon emissions related to their supply chains. These new challenges require innovative solutions, and is why we're pleased to announce our collaboration with Palantir and launching a global carbon data consortium platform for supply chain emissions visibility and reporting, combining Trafigura's expertise in global commodity supply chains with Palantir's best-in-class technology to provide additional services to our customers and to the market.
Good technology can make things that you have to do faster. Great technology can enable you to do things you couldn't do before. Good technology can make the world simpler. Great technology can embrace the complexity of the world and enable you to solve hard problems. What I'm most excited about our collaboration with Trafigura is deploying our technology into a space that is ambitious, complex, and complicated, that requires operational levels of granular detail to solve strategic, decade-long problems, both for customers and for the world.
Okay. Pretty interesting stuff right here. And a unique take on what's going on in the, well, basically carbon emissions world. So Trafigura is a company that helps other companies optimize their supply chains when it comes to reducing carbon emissions, but also overall create strategy for those companies to reduce their carbon emissions. Palantir is a company that has best-in-class technology, as we just saw them explain. And when you combine best-in-class technology with a particular mission that requires a macro level approach to data, understanding how things are happening from a big picture, but also a granular micro level approach to data, then I think you have a really easy or a really optimal solution that can potentially make lives easier for a lot of different customers. A couple points of analysis here. Number one, so first, the optics of this. This is happening at LME Week, which is some conference organization week for climate change and sustainability and stuff like that. And that's also happening about a week before Palantir earnings. The amount, I've said this on other occasions, but the amount of times that Palantir has gone public over the past couple of months has been quite phenomenal. I mean, whether it's Karp doing interviews about like the philosophy of Palantir, or whether it's announcing major new collaborations or partnerships, this is what you expect from a high growth tech company, right? You expect them to constantly be out there, constantly getting the name out there, constantly explaining different things. They're hosting FoundryCon tomorrow, Thursday, October 27th. That's also my birthday. I'll be turning 25 years old, where they have all these different clients from the commercial and the government basically coming to explain how good the product is and why the product is meaningful. So from an earnings perspective, coming up, I'll be live streaming it on this channel. It's just so interesting to see that they feel pretty confident. And I don't think they would be this confident, and we knew they weren't this confident before Q2 because they weren't being public. They weren't talking about anything. Granted, government growth slowed down massively in Q2, and Karp literally banged on the table because he was like, government growth is hard. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. On average, we will probably get to 30% CAGR on government, but it's not going to happen all at once. Shyam Sankar reiterated the point that the government has $800 billion to spend. They're not going to spend it all in February. You got to give them time. And lo and behold, September, Palantir gets $800 million of deals. So from a pure optics perspective, launching this new platform, launching this new product before earnings, that's amazing. The second piece of analysis here that I think is incredibly important is recognizing why you probably invested in Palantir in the first place. Why I invested in Palantir in the first place. What they've done with Trafigura is what I saw them do back in 2021 with a lot of the companies. That's what my due diligence consisted of when I looked up Skywise. Their ability to build these platforms. They just extended their contract with Hyundai Heavy Industries for the shipyard manufacturing area. And for those platforms to be vertically integrated across entire industries, across entire verticals, and have contractors, Fortune 500 companies, subcontractors, whatever, use this platform. So in the case of Skywise, you have Boeing and Airbus, or at least Airbus, and then you have United Airlines, right? So you have some companies that are on a smaller level, and then other companies that are like on the manufacturing level, all using this one thing because it's a single source of truth, a single ontological explanation for a data-driven approach to take a business. If these platform approaches keep scaling across many different industries, this is why Palantir is exciting. There's a reason Snowflake is not doing this. You know, it's not just storing your data, it's interpreting the data, it's making sense of the data. You need best-in-class technology, you need best-in-class AI and machine learning. Palantir has the highest AI revenue of any other company, even ahead of Microsoft. So, and that was the report that came out a couple weeks ago. So when you analyze it from that perspective, you're like, okay, there's a lot of different ways this can play out. And if they end up building the correct technology platform for many, many, many different verticals over the next 5-6 years, and we're talking a lot. I mean, healthcare itself is a $4 trillion opportunity for them to get even a slice of that. And they launched a partnership with Concordia 2 weeks ago. Like there's just so many partnerships coming out, so many verticals being launched, so many abilities for them to establish these platform-based approaches that if they keep on doing it and just like stay the course, I think eventually the market will catch up with it, because at that point, everyone's going to be using their software. And if everyone's using your software, the market's going to recognize how valuable it is. So it's going to take time. We're going to see what happens, but really, really awesome news by Palantir and their collaboration with Trafigura. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Do you think this is a good deal, especially in the carbon emission space where every company wants to be net zero by 2030? They're going to need a data-driven approach. It is a big data problem ultimately to solve. It's not something you can just solve through an Excel sheet. Something like Palantir's solution could probably be licensed to a lot of other companies and could be leveraged in a meaningful way. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I will see you in the next one.